I was going to make it up those stairs in this dress. I was getting ready to fly.
Priscilla, these chairs that we are sitting on, Angie told me to be careful with these because when Elvis did a television special in 1968 and he was sitting in the round with some of his friends and musicians, these are a couple of the chairs that they were sitting on. How about that? Well, the chairs get all the applause here. So you said that was the night. You told me something that I didn't know, and that is that the first time that you had ever actually seen Elvis Presley perform on stage was that night when he did the stand-up concert.
Absolutely, that was the very first time. I've never seen him. You know, he was doing movies and everything. He never performed when I was with him. So, and that was the closest to Las Vegas. You know, of course, Las Vegas being of a much bigger show. Seeing him perform and seeing him kind of practice and seeing him with a studio audience, nothing like you would go to Vegas and see a live show. But the performing, I couldn't believe. It was like, he was so beautiful. He was in that black leather suit. Everybody fell in love with him, and I knew it. I knew it. Because he fit that suit beautifully.
Did he seem nervous that night? Was he noticeably nervous, and did he talk to you about it?
Not only that night, but noticeably nervous because of the whole idea of doing a show. You have to remember that he hadn't performed in 7 years, and singing and touring or anything like that. So this was the big night. He was either going to make it or kill his career, and that's how he thought. Because this was a huge thing. During that time when you did a television show, it was usually, you had a co-host, you had other guests on to sing, and this was a solo show, so they hadn't done that before.
Did he ever mention missing performing live while he was making movies during that 7 to 9 years, or however long it was?
He did. He definitely missed his
Was
music.
he making plans to perform again, or did he ever?
He wanted to, but he was still under contract. So that was kind of far away, for those few years to even think of performing, and he didn't. He was doing 3 movies a year, and he missed it. And he missed it by, actually just collecting songs, saving songs that he loved, as we know many of them. Doing the albums is the closest thing as he got to, performing. And he kind of didn't perform then, because when he sang a song, he sang his heart out, and it was as if he was performing.
Once the show was over, well, I know he taped the special, I think was it June of 1968?
Well, they were, yes.
It aired in December. Is that
right?
right? June of 1968? So you all know.
I know, they know everything. We had tours of Graceland yesterday. I didn't even have to give a tour. They already knew everything. And this is where, and then I wonder where, I need to go. Thank you very much. You can pay me. So I just told stories.
So since it was June, Lisa Marie could only be 3-4 months old at the time.
Yeah,
was she with you guys in LA when you did that?
Yes, she was in LA. Obviously, she was only about 4 months old when they were doing it. But
so she probably doesn't talk about it much.
Well, she probably talks about it, but no, she was too little back then. She was still in the crib and everything, and obviously no children in the audience. It was a lot of kind of young girls, that's for sure. They were like children. No.
Well, so it was June, and then it didn't air until
December 3rd.
So when he finished. I'm really speaking specifically about the concert section. He did a wonderful section where he just sat there on the stage with his friends and musicians, and that was such a great unplugged thing, and nobody had ever really done that before. It was such a cool thing. But as far as that stand-up thing with a live orchestra off stage, and he was performing, and he nailed everything. He was so great. He was so full of energy and all. When he came off of that stage, did he know what he had just done? Was he feeling really great about it?
I don't think he ever really. Listen, I was sitting with him in our living room in Truesdale Estates, and we were watching the show. It was Sonny West, myself, Elvis, and I believe Charlie Hodge. And it was so intense. I mean, we had carpets, shag carpets, and you could hear a pin drop, even on the shag. He was literally stuck to that TV, and we didn't say anything, and you watched the whole entire thing with such intensity that, you know, I could feel his nervousness watching it that night. And we didn't say a word, nothing, you know, nothing. Until after it was over, and he watched the whole thing until after it was over. I could see him a little bit perspiring, and then all of a sudden the phone started ringing. And it was like magic, and they were all saying, "Oh my God, Elvis, it was really great. Oh, what a great job, blah, blah, blah. What a night, and blah." And even then, you know, obviously he was thankful and all, until it came out in the papers. And when it came out in the papers, and it told the ratings and how well the show did, it was like a big sigh of relief. But, you know, he was nervous. And somebody asked me yesterday if Elvis ever got nervous. And yes, he did. And he even said, you know, I'm a human being. Why, you know, of course I get nervous. Can you imagine if I walked on the stage, no nerves at all? He said, every audience is different. You never know what you're going to get, you know, especially in Vegas. And you know that when you're singing in a club. And you have a lot of people who drink. He didn't like the first show because all the tables were, you know, being served, and a lot of glasses clacking, and you have people talking a little bit. So it was like the second show, and he liked that because everybody drank. And he really couldn't talk. But he said that, and he gave me great advice, and because I started doing live shows in England doing panto theater, and he said that you can always tell if your audience is restless if they start yawning or if they start looking at the watch, and then that's the clue. You better get it going because they're bored.
Well, we're going to do something magic here. We're going to go back in time in just a second, and we're going to. You know, remember when Elvis Presley's television special aired? We just had CBS and ABC and NBC. That's pretty much all there was. And the night that it aired at the half hour, 8:30 Eastern time, I think. So most people that were going to watch it actually had to change their channel to flip over and see Elvis. And if they did that, they were either right in the middle of the Red Skelton hour, or you may remember a show called It Takes a Thief. I don't remember that. I mean, because most of you folks are way older than I am. And so, no, but it was, It Takes a Thief was on that particular night. Ricardo Montalban was a guest star on It Takes a Thief. And so most people had to switch in the middle of that. But at the time, that was the show that it was most watched, I think, at that point in television history.
You mean the Elvis show? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it was.
So people were switching their channels over to watch Elvis. And so we're going to show you what that looked like in just a second. But first, thank you, Priscilla Presley, for being here. You know what she told me one time? Priscilla told me one time, she said, "Oh, people don't want to hear me, they just want to see Elvis." I beg to differ. I could sit here and talk to Priscilla. We will see Priscilla in just a little while. In the meantime, watch these side screens. We're going to take you back to your living room in 1968 and watch what it looked like, okay?